today we moved the Buddha from the front yard to in front of the roses, which need some care. I also got some landscaping pins, some metal ones, and I just did a little test putting them into my pallet wood. So I'm gonna have to fix all of the pallet wood, and this way they won't move. I got some kind of half marbles from the dollar store. I just shoved them in there, but they're not going to be enough, so I'm going to need more of those. And of course I'm going to take them out the bag. I moved this container that has, it's just nothing but small stones in here. I've had it for a while, and I put it in this spot because the water drains off the house really badly right in this spot and kind of washes everything away. So I'm working on this area to try to keep that from happening. I also busted open my box that Bobby sent me with some raised beds. And so this is going to be the second bed, but my plan is to move all of this stuff. So I got some work to do, and I have one bed that I put together already. Here's my gazillion screws that are going to go into these. And I had an idea for a shoe garden as well. Yes, I know, the ideas are flowing. So this was where my platform was at. And this could actually be longer, but I'm going to try to have two beds instead of just one. It could either be higher or it could be longer and still have enough for two beds. And I think this is high enough. So I wanted it to go this way, but I would have to move the peppers in order to do that. So I'm still thinking on that configuration. And if I just do it this way, it already has some stuff inside of it. Of course, I would take that cinder block out. So I'm thinking of moving my work area back here, so all of this has to come out. And it actually wouldn't take me that long. It just takes energy to take all of this stuff out. And I was still trying to figure out how I could use these rims as well in here, because you know how I love to recycle. And then of course all of this rigmarole will be in the back with the rest of the garden junk. And right here I think I'm gonna put my little gray shelf that's up front and put that here. And something else I noticed is that this trellis is kind of leaning out. So I need to put like maybe a rope or a wire to pull these together because that's not very secure. So I have to work on that. And note to self, I still need to get valves for my watering system so I can start using it. Good morning all, y'all. I just got up and haven't gone through the garden just yet for today, but the last 2 days I've done quite a bit and discovered a few things that I need to work on. And I don't have a lot of time in the garden, maybe like about an hour, so I'm gonna do what I can. I've been moving stuff around and picking stuff. Let me just show y'all as I go through here. Yeah, I'm talking a little softly because I don't want to wake my neighbors up. It's early. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. But I moved my moringa trees. They're so lovely. I think I might keep one, even though, y'all, they look kind of sparse. I'm going to cut it all the way down and see what happens. But they're still growing. And I'm proud of myself. It grew, that little thing, well, that big thing grew from seeds. And good morning, little pot of wildflowers. Y'all, I think this is purslane that kind of took over, but this is what grew in here. I'm gonna leave whatever grows in here, I'm just gonna leave it in here. And good morning, roses. The roses are coming up. I also moved Miss Buddha from the front yard to here because I thought she was lonely and she wanted some prettiness. And good morning, buttercups. Y'all, the buttercups, they come open every day, so those will be open in a little bit, and then they'll die off tonight. I discovered this too, y'all. This rose is trying to die on me, so I'm gonna have to get some neem oil. I believe it has black spot, fungus, and I'm gonna try to I'm probably gonna just trim this whole thing back again, and hopefully it will come back. But this little rose is looking amazing. Good morning. Y'all, I picked these up off the curb, and they're in fairly good condition, and the kicker is they are metal. And so I picked these up for the garden, and I was going to spray paint them, but now I don't know. I might leave them the way they are. They're lovely, aren't they? And then you can also see where I put a metal bed together. Y'all, this whole area is gonna change. I'm working on it. I'm doing more working on structuring, moving things around than planting things. But I'm okay with that. Y'all, look, my coleus has tried to go to seed. I just noticed that. And I'm gonna let it. I've never seen it go to seed, but I know that it has because I have coleus all over my garden. And hello, Mr. Green Pepper, or Miss Green Pepper. Y'all, this is a purchase. Me and my mom went to the garden store, and yep, I bought a flower. I did cut one head off, well, about 3 heads off of my little sunflower tower. So I'm gonna replant some of those seeds and see if I get more sunflower towers. Y'all, it's morning time, and look at this comfrey. Good morning to you, comfrey. It is super big. Y'all can imagine what the roots look like in this. It really should be in the ground, but I don't really have any place to put it, so here it is. Y'all can't come out to the garden without saying, hey, 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 to this pretty lady. And to you all as well. Y'all, look at this. These were some of the best volunteers ever. Now my basil, it is not happy for some reason. It rained yesterday too. I'm gonna give it some water. I'm not sure why it's looking so sad. And this guy is coming off today. And we have more babies going on. Yay! And I think today I'm gonna try to at least get this bed ready to plant more ginger. I also purchased a begonia, and y'all, I think the sun kind of hit it hard, and it just needs to be replanted. I'm gonna replant it today and give it lots of water. Looking all lovely. I did finally mulch inside of these, so they will retain some moisture, along with my melon plants. They're getting their tendrils, and they are going up to the sky. I have to look at these guys. These are my mustard greens. I did have one in the middle, and it didn't make it. And on this guy, I think I'm gonna cut these big leaves down. They're kind of too big, but this is doing well also. Now I took these out of my greenhouse because I think they're just staying too moist, and that's why I only have one marigold. I want to plant some more marigolds, but this needs to dry out just a smidge, which I'm sure it will because it's going to be up to 90 today. I almost forgot this guy. I'm going to get it before something else gets it. Well, good morning, aloe vera. Y'all, something else that I noticed. If you look in here, there's a little pup. Y'all, these things are so prolific. It is ridiculous. I put one in here. Now it's growing babies, but I'm gonna take that baby out of there. So I got my list of to-dos, so let me get on it. I also forgot to mention that I moved my work table. It's all the way to the back, so I cleared this area out yesterday. This was where my carrots were. It was a whole bunch of black bags in this corner back here. And I don't want to put anything up against my neighbor's house because it's nicely painted. So I kind of cornered this so I could work from both sides of the table if I wanted to. And then all it is some cinder blocks, and also a palette on top that I kind of lightly painted, which I love. The color is fading a little bit. I might repaint it a bit. So I just used like some craft paint, so I knew it wasn't gonna last, but I like it. So I gotta do some work back here right now. Y'all, do y'all see me glistening? All right, so we did a few things, and so the ginger bed is ready, and I got some pieces of ginger that I'm gonna stick right back in there. So I didn't show y'all last year. I actually prepared a video and I never posted it of me planting the ginger. So if y'all want to see that, well, I'll probably show you me planting this year. So, but if you want to see the one from last year, I'll show you also. But I didn't show me pulling it up, but I have like a whole big bowl of ginger that I need to process right now. And I want to do it again this year. So I'm gonna make maybe some ginger shots. I might freeze some ginger. I like doing Asian dishes, so that always requires some ginger. I like ginger tea. So I'm sure I can find ways to use it. I'm just like, I'm being gross right now. So I'm gonna carry on. It's time for me to water the garden. I'm not gonna do anything else. Been out here for an hour already, and the girl got other things that she gotta do. So before I go in for the day to work, I always do like a walkthrough of the garden because you know, you never feel like you've done anything. So I prepared and planted some okra, so yay for that. So we'll get that going. It's nice and hot, so I have a feeling it's gonna sprout and take off very quickly. I watered the garden, I prepared the ginger bed, and I did a smidge of a cleanup on my work area. So I also moved that rose plant. I put it in front of my front door so I won't forget about it. So today it needs to get treated, or whatever I'm gonna do with it. Cut it back or treat it because it's obviously been sick for a while. And I'm gonna put neem oil on the rest of the roses as well. Y'all, the only problem is like I don't have time right now to do it in the evening, and that's when it needs to be done. So I could do the rose plant that I moved because I moved it into shade. So I don't know. I'll give you all an update on that one, but basically that's all she's done in the garden today. Which seems like a lot, but I've been out here for an hour. So I'll see you all on the next clip. Next day. Good morning, all. So I'm back out in the garden, and I'm just gonna do things quickly today. So I'm gonna show you all what I'm doing. My plan is to plant a few things today and also plant my ginger. And I've already stripped down the rose plant that has that fungus on it. But I haven't even looked around the garden, so let's say hello to some of our plant babies. Wow, y'all. Say hello to the Wonder Twins. That's going to be their name, the Wonder Twins. That's the Seminole pumpkins. Get it, y'all. And good morning to my melons. The tendrils are coming on. I hope it's gonna be enough room in these cages because they're starting to fly now. Y'all, if this strawberry bush or bushes, if these were afro, I would give it a haircut because it is taking off also. Only got one strawberry so far and it was good. I spy some browning leaves, y'all. This is from the sun. So I'm gonna have to sit this back a little bit further in here because the sun was tearing some stuff up yesterday. We are already in the 90s. Look at this guy, the sun. I had this in full sun yesterday and it almost died. And this one too. Hopefully they'll make a comeback. Oh, we have another baby eggplant. I haven't cooked my other eggplant yet. Hey girl. My sage plants look so pitiful. Now this definitely probably needs a little bit more sun. You can tell they're moving towards the sun. But my basil is looking a lot better than yesterday. I gave it a good watering in yesterday, so now they're all perky. I know, y'all are tired of seeing my sunflowers, but they scream at me in the morning. I'm here. Come say hi to me. No beans yet. Good morning, bell peppers. Uh-oh. I see a little spot on that bell pepper, so guess what? I'm gonna take him off and eat him. Good morning, basil and basil and basil and basil and basil and basil. Okay, y'all, this is my ginger bed. I already went in my house and got some pieces of ginger. I still have a lot left to process, but what I did is I put ginger that have, well, some of it that I can see is already starting to grow. It's gonna be hard for you because I already kind of jabbed it in the dirt, but here's one. You see that on the end? But I found that you don't really need to worry about that. I feel like they'll just start growing on their own. Now, let me tell you what I did with this ginger. Just like the sweet potatoes, I did not harvest my ginger when I should have. So I thought it was dead. I left it here. I was like, I just didn't feel like digging it up. I don't know why. And when I did decide to dig it up, I'm pretty sure this had been in here for like 10 months. And the foliage was died back and everything, but when I dug it up, almost all of it was like good ginger. So again, never give up. Oh, you don't even have to dig this too deep. And this is in a cement mixer, so you can see how deep it is. It's probably like about maybe 6 inches deep, and I always fill all of my containers up with dirt. So I'm just gonna shove these down in the dirt. That little right there, that little node there. Not worrying about direction because I found that these type of plants, these are actually called rhizomes. They will find their way to the surface eventually. I'm gonna get all of these in. And there you have it. So I will put a tag on here, and I'm also going to put some mulch over the top. So y'all, I'm prepping these pots out, and look who's running around here, a little snail. He's small, he looks big, but he's small. I wanted to show you all this. This is one of the towers that I got from the dollar store. I've had it for a few years now, so it's starting to get a little bit crunchy, but it's doing okay. Because I said I wasn't gonna buy any pots this year because I have plenty, but y'all, I did buy these adorbs here. So I don't know what I'm gonna plant those, but in any case, back to this guy right here. So what I did was I also bought an oil pan. So you would find this in the automotive section. I think they still have them. I've had that one for a few years as well. And I put these inside of it. So what it does is it adds some stability to the tower, and also it's another growing spot as well for the vertical tower. And then what I did was I tried to drill a hole in here, but it just ended up cracking because these are old and I stuck a stick through it. So you can see the stick there as well, and it goes all the way down to let's see if we can see. You can see it there, and you can't see the bottom one because I already have it covered with dirt. But I just wanted to show you all. So if you have one of these, that's a great way to add some stability. And this is, once the dirt's in there, that's going to be pretty sturdy. And I think I'm going to put all calendulas in here, but we'll see. Y'all, this marks the last day in the garden diaries for this week. It is Friday, so I'm going to try to edit this video and put it up today. I don't know how that's going to work out because your girl got things to do, but let me show you what I completed for this morning. And y'all, I usually come back out during the day and I spend like 10 or 15 minutes out here because it's so hot on a break, and then I get a few more things done. But let's see what we got done. So first of all, y'all, I got this chair off the curb. I've had it for a while. And I was trying to spray paint it, but y'all, my spray painting skills are horrible. But I was like, okay, it has a rustic look, whatever. So I put this chair out here, and the reason why I put it because it spins. And I have my vertical garden up here now, which I planted all calendulas, and y'all, I planted a million seeds because my thing is, I got seeds from a couple of years ago. I'm going to use those seeds, and then I can get some new seeds because I didn't buy any seeds this year. Okay, I digress. I'll move this out here. It's going to get some sun, and I'm going to see how it's going to do. I also clipped the big leaves because, y'all, there's no need in trying to save those big leaves. They're like at the end of their life. So I just clipped those so the plant can concentrate on the small leaves. Nothing to see here. I finally cleared the space out, which has the Malabar spinach in it. Y'all have yet to taste the Malabar spinach. I'll probably be tasting it soon because it has some really nice seedlings in there. And it is starting to go up its little trellis, so yay for that. Let's empty this water out. It's a full. And these two guys, if you look a day before this, they were looking horrible. I just clipped everything down. That's a begonia right there. And this one, I don't know the name of it. I just got it, and I just clipped all the nasty stuff out. But y'all, look at that flower. It's beautiful. I just noticed my mustard greens are getting some more leaves. Yay! I also pushed these two pots all the way back so they'll have shade all day long because they are starting to burn as well. Happy, happy tendrils. I just noticed there's some more strawberries on here. Yay! And I planted the ginger patch, so it is all ready to go. We're just gonna keep our eyes out on it. Now my sage, this is a note to self. I need to move the sage. And also, I'm gonna take all these lower leaves off of my eggplant. It's doing well. I don't think it needs those leaves. And another note to self, I need to harvest these heads off of here. I moved this bed around just a little bit. It's actually not complete. I only put a few screws in here because I didn't know if I was gonna change the configuration on it or not. But I think this is good. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting the screws in. I don't know when, because it's going to take me a while to fill this bed up, I think. And this is going to stay where it's at. I also was testing out a tiered system here. Don't know what's going to go in there yet, but I kind of like that look, but I'm not sure just yet. Y'all, I just noticed this is like one plant right here. And it was only like 4 shoots on this. And then I saw another one. Look at that. Y'all, look at that. I'm going to be taking some of those off as well because I can't get to my compost bin under there now. That's a good problem to have. I also kind of tidy things up in this area. It's still not complete, but you all will see everything as it comes together. You're looking lovely. I need a name for my fountain. I don't know what it's going to be. Also noticed this morning we have some buds on the red rose. This is a miniature rose. I think I'm gonna put these in bigger pots. So that's a note to self. A note to self, look at that. We have a new baby coming on. We have an old baby and a new baby. Now this is some tiny purslane, and you can see, you can just barely see that yellow. That's where it will, where the blossoms will come out, but they come out for such a short time, I could never get it on camera. And y'all, I was thinking, I know I put some zinnias over here, but they never popped up. I think these are all sunflowers, which is just fine with me. And we had a bit of a flush this morning. We have lots of roses that popped out. Yay! Yeah, whatever is going on in this pot, it is going crazy all of a sudden. Yay! Did my final walkthrough. Everything's done. I'm hoping the garden diaries won't be too long. They're usually long though, y'all. But you know, it's always fun for me to go back and look at those diaries, and I can see what's growing, how things are growing, and write down the notes to self. All right, so I'll see you all next on the garden tour. So if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. So the garden tour will be coming up next. All right, you all, have a fantabulous day. Bye.